Ender's Game, the 2013 film, is about a boy named Ender Wiggin who is trained to lead humanity's fleet against an alien species called the Formics. That is the plot. The story underneath the plot is harder. It is about adults who look at a child and see a weapon. It is about whether they can shape him into that weapon without him noticing. And it is about what happens to a person when the shaping works. Let us look at how the movie tells that story. The film opens with bullying. A boy named Stilson corners Ender. Ender does the math. This boy will come for him again tomorrow and the day after. To end the pattern, he has to hit hard enough to make him stop. He hits harder than he needs to. The school calls it insolent, disrespectful, defiant, refusing to accept authority. Insolent means defiantly disrespectful. From the Latin insolens, in, not, plus solere, to be accustomed. An insolent person acts in ways that are not accepted, not usual. It does not mean they are wrong. It means they have refused the usual script. What Ender actually did was compelling logic under pressure. But the school only saw the violence. Enter Colonel Graff. He is the architect of Battle School, a floating training station in low orbit where children are turned into commanders. Graff is wily. Wily means clever in a cunning, sometimes deceitful way. The word comes from wile, an Old English word for trickery. A wily person does not approach a problem head-on. They get around it. Graff watches Ender closely. What he says to Ender's face is not the whole truth. What he tells his colleagues behind closed doors is not the whole truth either. Graff is running a single experiment. He is justifying to himself a strategy most people would find terrifying. To justify is to give reasons for something, to show it is acceptable. From the Latin justificare, justus, just, plus facere, to make. To justify is to make something just, or at least to argue that it is. The film asks repeatedly, can Graff justify what he is doing? He is using children as soldiers. He is isolating them. He believes the stakes are high enough to sustain this. Sustain has two connected meanings, to hold something up and to keep something going. From the Latin sustinere, subber from below, plus tenere, to hold. The root tenor is a gold mine, tenant, one who holds a property, tenure, a holding, retain, to hold back, detain, contain, maintain. And from our earlier episodes, tenacious, holding on fiercely. Graff must sustain the program. The program must sustain Earth's defenses. Everything in the system is holding something else up. On Ender's first day at Battle School, we watch the new recruits arrive. They are docile, obedient, compliant, easy to instruct. Docile means easy to teach or lead. From the Latin docilis, from docere, to teach. The root docere is everywhere. Doctor, originally a learned teacher. Doctrine, a teaching. Document, something that teaches or instructs. Indoctrinate, to press a teaching into someone whether they want it or not. The new recruits are docile at the door. They will not stay that way. Battle School is designed to strip the docility out of them and see what is left underneath. On the shuttle up to the station, Graff publicly praises Ender as the smartest kid in the group. He does this deliberately, to isolate him from the others, a standard Battle School technique. This is the kind of tactic that quiet observers would later admonish him for. To admonish is to warn someone firmly, often with a note of disappointment. From the Latin admonere, ad, toward, plus monere, to warn. The root monere gives us monitor, something that warns or watches. Premonition, a warning felt beforehand. Summon, to call and warn. Graff's superiors will admonish him. Mazer Rackham, the old hero of the First Formic War, will admonish him. The film admonishes him too, scene by scene. But Graff keeps going. Among Ender's first challenges is Bernard, an older boy who is loud, performative, and intellectually vacuous. Vacuous means empty-headed, lacking substance. From the Latin vacuus, meaning empty. The same root gives us vacant, empty, unoccupied. Vacuum, a space with nothing in it. Evacuate, to empty out. Vacation, time when work is empty, set aside. Bernard commands attention by volume, not substance. His posturing is vacuous. Ender, quietly, without seeking a fight, works out a way to end Bernard's dominance without ever confronting him directly. Later, Ender is transferred to Salamander Army, commanded by Bonzo Madrid, an older boy who takes Ender's presence as a personal insult. Bonzo will become Ender's antagonist. Bonzo's cruelty is wanton, unrestrained, unprovoked, more than the situation calls for. Wanton means cruel without justification, reckless, undisciplined. Originally Old English wan, lacking, plus a word for training. A wanton person is someone whose training came up short. Bonzo will undermine Ender in every practice, in every team meeting. He benches him during battles. He denies him equipment. The undermining is a pattern. To undermine is to dig under something, to weaken its foundations. The word is literal. Originally, siege attackers would dig mine tunnels under an enemy wall until the wall collapsed. An undermined argument, team, or commander has been hollowed out from below. Eventually, Graff gives Ender his own army. Dragon. Ender rebuilds everything from scratch. New formations, new tactics. His approach is meticulous and stoic, even when the schedule is impossible and the older commanders are furious. Dragon Army wins, and wins, and wins. Graff's experiment is working, and then, late in part 1 of the story, Bonzo corners Ender again, this time with a group, in the showers. Ender does what he did to Stilson years before. He hits hard enough to end the pattern. The officers upbraid him for the fight. To upbraid is to scold firmly, to reproach. The word is Old English, upbregden, literally, to bring up. To upbraid is to bring up a fault and make the person face it. But the upbraiding is partly theater. What Graff actually thinks, what he writes in his private reports, is that Ender is nearly ready. The adults cannot yet tell Ender what he is being prepared for. They know it would unmake him. The enigmatic figure of Mazer Rackham looms over all of this. The hero of the last Formic War, the man who saved humanity 50 years ago. And the Formic fleet, still out there, still formidable, is the reason Graff can justify everything. If the enemy is real, and the threat is total, the adults tell themselves, the cost to one child is worth it. 15 words. Lock them in. Insolent, rudely defiant. Wily, cunning, crafty. Justify, to show to be reasonable. Sustain, to hold up, to keep going. Root, tener, to hold. Docile, easy to teach. Root, docere, to teach. Admonish, to warn firmly. Root, monere, to warn. Vacuous, empty-headed. Root, vacuous, empty. Wanton, recklessly cruel, undisciplined. Undermine, to weaken from below. Upbraid, to scold sharply. +5 you already know, used today in context. Meticulous, stoic, antagonist, enigmatic, and formidable. In part 2, Ender leaves battle school for command school, and the story asks what it costs to win the war the adults have been preparing him for. Part 1 was about the making of a weapon. Part 2 is about what it costs to fire one. After battle school, Ender is sent to command school, a training facility carved into an asteroid called Eros. Here, he is told, he will train with Mazer Rackham himself. Here, the simulations will be harder than anything he has faced. There is one thing the adults have not told him. Graff has been perfidious from the beginning. Perfidious means treacherous, betraying trust. From the Latin perfidia, per meaning away from, plus fides, faith. To be perfidious is to act away from faith, to betray it. The root fides runs through the language. Fidelity, faithfulness. Confide, to trust someone with something private. Infidel, one without faith. Bona fide, in good faith. Perfidious is the shadow side of all of them. Graff has been lying to Ender by omission. He knows things Ender does not. He has shaped Ender's training in ways Ender has not yet understood. Before command school, Ender is given a break. He returns to Earth. His sister Valentine finds him on a dock by a lake. Valentine is the opposite of his brother Peter. Peter was violent, manipulative, sanctimonious, always moralizing to cover what he was doing. Sanctimonious means pretending to moral superiority. From the Latin sanctus, meaning sacred or holy. The same root gives us saint, sanctify, sanctuary, and sanction. A sanctimonious person borrows the tone of the sacred without living by it. Valentine is not sanctimonious, she is honest. She asks Ender the question he has been avoiding. Does he want to go back? Is he sure he still wants to fight? Ender answers her with a question of his own. He asks whether it is better to be timorous, cautious, frightened, and let someone else make the decisions, or whether it is better to act. Timorous means easily frightened, nervous, shy. From the Latin timor, fear. The same root gives us timid and intimidate. A timorous person holds back out of fear. Valentine tells him he has to go back, because if he does not, Peter will. And Peter would be a worse commander. That compelling argument is all it takes. Ender returns to command school. At command school, Ender meets Mazer Rackham in person. Mazer does not mentor Ender kindly. He drills him, tests him, pushes him past the point of exhaustion. He is relentless. The simulations accelerate. Ender commands a fleet against Formic ships over and over. Each scenario is harder. Each scenario ends with Ender's side barely, exhausted, winning. By the end of the training, Ender is no longer fully himself. The part of him that would abhor the killing, the part that Valentine loved, the part that made him different from Peter, has begun to atrophy. To abhor is to hate with a deep, instinctive revulsion. From the Latin aborrere, away from, plus horrere, to bristle. The same root gives us horror, horrid, horrify. To abhor something is to recoil from it physically. To atrophy is to waste away from disuse. From the Greek meaning not, plus trophy, nourishment. Something that is not being nourished shrinks. The word is used for muscles that weaken when not exercised, and for feelings that weaken when they are not allowed. Ender's compassion has not been allowed. It has atrophied. For the final exam, Mazer tells Ender his fleet is badly outnumbered, and the only way to win is to use a weapon called the Molecular Disruption Device, the MD device, on the Formic homeworld itself. Ender launches the weapon. The homeworld disintegrates. The simulation ends. And then Mazer tells him it was not a simulation. What Graff and Mazer have been running these last weeks were real battles, real Formic fleets, real lives, real planets. Ender, believing he was playing a game, just committed xenocide, the extinction of a species. The adults knew he would not have pulled the trigger if he had known. That is why they had to be perfidious. They needed him to think it was a game. For years, Earth's governments had vilified the Formics, portraying them as mindless killers, justifying any weapon used against them. To vilify is to speak badly of someone, to paint them as wicked. From the Latin vilis, worthless, plus facere, to make someone worthless in the eyes of others. The vilification had worked. No one on Earth wept when the Formic homeworld ended. But, and the film is careful to linger on this, it is not clear the Formics were ever what humanity said they were. Ender is left remorseful. Remorseful means full of remorse, deep regret for something one has done. From the Latin again, plus mordere, to bite. Remorse is the feeling of being bitten again and again by the memory of an action. The same root gives us mordant, something that bites like acid. Ender is bitten. He will be bitten for the rest of his life. And here is where the film's moral weight lands. The adults, Graff, the International Fleet Command, condone what they have done. To condone is to accept behavior that others would call wrong, to let it pass. From the Latin condonare, con intensive, plus donare, to give or to forgive. To condone is to give a pass to something that should not receive one. They argue the stakes required it. They argue the Formics had to go, no matter the means. They argue the moral turpitude, the deep wrongness of what they did to Ender was small compared to the death toll they believe they prevented. Turpitude means moral depravity. From the Latin turpus, meaning shameful or ugly. A person of moral turpitude has done something shameful at the level of their character, not just their behavior. The film does not tell us whether the adults are right. It just shows us what the argument looked like on the night after the genocide, when the generals celebrated. Ender finds later a single surviving formic queen egg, hidden for him to discover. In one of the movie's last scenes, he takes it with him into unknown space, intending to give the species a second chance on some distant world. This would precipitate the sequels. To precipitate is to cause something to happen quickly, often before it should. From the Latin praeseps, praise before, plus caput, head. To precipitate is literally to throw something head first. The root caput is a gold mine. Capital, the head city. Captain, the head of a ship. Decapitate, to remove the head. Chief. Cap. All from caput. The egg precipitates everything that comes after. A different Ender, who spends the rest of his life trying to make right what he was tricked into doing wrong. Back on Earth, the adults try to keep the xenocide clandestine, hidden from the public. But Ender knows, Valentine knows, a few others know. And the story's deepest charge is this: the adults told themselves the war was a malevolent necessity, that the Formics were evil, that nothing less than total victory would save Earth. But they were never sure. They trained Ender anyway. They launched the real fleet anyway. They used a child to do a thing no adult would have been willing to do. Ender's Game is science fiction. But the moral question at its center is old. When the stakes are high enough, the story asks, what are we willing to do to a child to save ourselves? And if the child does what we needed him to do, what do we owe him in return? The film does not answer. It just shows us Ender, small, alone, a commander, and a boy who did not know what he was doing until it was already done. 30 words, 20 new, 10 review, lock them in. From Part 1, insolent, rudely defiant, wily, cunning. Justify, to show to be reasonable. Sustain, to hold up. Root, tenere, to hold. Docile, easy to teach. Root, docere, to teach. Admonish, to warn firmly. Root, monere, to warn. Vacuous, empty-headed. Root, vacuous, empty. Wanton, recklessly cruel, undisciplined. Undermine, to weaken from below. Upbraid, to scold sharply. From Part 2, perfidious, treacherous. Root, fides, faith. Sanctimonious, showily self-righteous. Root, sanctus, holy. Timorous, fearful. Abhor, to hate deeply. Root, orere, to bristle. Atrophy, to waste away. Root, Greek trophy, nourishment. Vilify, to speak abusively of. Remorseful, deeply regretful. Root, mordere, to bite. Condone, to accept behavior that is wrong. Turpitude, moral depravity. Precipitate, to throw headlong. Root, caput, head. Plus 10 you already know, used today in context. Meticulous, stoic, antagonist, enigmatic, formidable, compelling, relentless, ominous, malevolent, and clandestine. If this helped you see Ender's Game, or SAT vocabulary, a little differently, subscribe for a new episode every week. And if any of these words felt familiar from episode 16, that was on purpose. A second pass, in a lighter story, makes the words stick.